So, 2020, do you want to talk about it? What up, loves, and welcome back to my channel, Illum Reads. My name is Will, and yeah, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I don't even know what this vlog is even going to become because so much is just going through my mind right now. For those of you who haven't heard, which I'm honestly going to be very surprised if you haven't, because yeah, Chadwick Boseman, aka the Black Panther, has passed 2 days ago, and the whole world is just still reeling off of it. Like, it's just, I'm not trying to like speak this into existence, but it's just like, this is heavy. Chadwick Boseman was basically he was a Black icon. He was a very talented individual. And for those who don't know anything about his passing, he died from cancer. And many of us are learning that while he was filming while he was filming the Marvel movies, Black Panther, when he was in Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and all of his many other films outside of the Marvel universe, he was sick, and people were giving him so much grief over the fact that he was losing weight, he was looking gaunt, he just didn't look like himself. It's just like he kept all of that to himself. Like, he kept his sickness to himself, and it's just like we lost another talented individual. And I don't know, man. Like, we really need to pray about the rest of this year, because 2020 just doesn't care. Yeah. But anyway, it's just heavy, and I know that so many people right now are going through so much in their personal lives, and so that's why I want to try to keep this space, this channel, an open escape, because I know personally what this year is doing for a lot of individuals, especially is their mental health. And I want this to be a safe space for everybody who may be suffering with any type of mental illness, or just really going through it in general. It doesn't have to be mental illness, but who's just feeling very, very heavy right now. And so, like, that's why I leave like a lot of mental health links in my description. So please, if you are struggling with mental health, or just anything in general right now, if you really need to talk to somebody, please reach out to those links below. Also, please don't be afraid to reach out to me as well. If you want to talk to me in the comments below, please do that. But if you want to send a private message, please send me an email. You can actually reach my email through my website, which is also in the description, www.wscottauthor.com. And you can go to that website and leave me an email, or please private message me on one of my social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and all of those links are down below as well. But yeah, I continue to pray for each and every single one of you guys, because I know that it's hard. I know that it is heavy with everything that's going on. But like I always tell everybody, and I try to tell myself, that the storm cannot last forever. Like, there has to be a break in the clouds. The sun does have to come back, and it will come back. But for right now, we all just have to keep powering through. But anyway, for the remainder of this video, I am going to attempt to talk about my August wrap up. earlier this month, or at the end of last month, I talked about my August to be read list, and I failed. Okay, not generally failed, but like I didn't get through all of my books that I wanted to get through, just because a couple books didn't really keep my interest like I wanted them to, and also just because I'm slow. I'm such a slow reader, and it's really, really bad, but yeah, I think I left only 2 of my books unread and unattempted, which is fine. I do plan to get to those at some point, but obviously it's just not going to happen in August because September 1st is tomorrow. But the first book that I was supposed to attempt to get through was The Golden Tower of the Magisterium series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. Now, what had happened was I had finished The Silver Mask, which is the 4th book in the entire series, and I was going to go right to The Golden Tower, but I had to let it sit because even though like it was a middle grade book and I have enjoyed the story so far up to this point, but like there's just so many points in the book where I'm just like, why? The whole romance situation between Carl and Tamara, it happens so fast. Like I think that even in books 1 and 2, it's non-existent, and by the time you get to book 3, I believe that's where it happens so fast, and I'm just kind of like, why all of a sudden? What's going on? I don't understand. I'm lost. Lost. And yeah, the romance thing got to me, but also like the only character that I could emotionally connect to was Aaron, because of a situation that happens to him in The Bronze Key, which is the 3rd book, I believe. Aaron is the only character that I feel is thoroughly fleshed out. Everyone else seems sort of like a surface character, and maybe Holly Black and Cassandra Clare did that on purpose because, again, this is a middle grade book. For me personally, I wanted just a little bit more. The whole plot of the Enemy of Death, Constantine, and the antagonists trying to resurrect him and fulfill his lifelong mission and everything. I thought that was going to be like the main plot of it because Carl inhabits the Enemy of Death's soul, and so the antagonists try to kidnap him, but the protagonists, the mages and everything, they are trying to protect him, but also he's sort of an outcast because everyone now knows that he houses the Enemy of Death's soul. And so everyone is sort of afraid of him, especially his peers at school, because they fear that he's just going to go, all evil overlord on them. And I don't know, it's just, nothing interesting is happening with that. And it's just kind of leaving me for a loop, especially because now like one of the students has made himself known as one of the antagonists and has just gone all overboard. I believe I talked about him in another video. Alex is his name, I believe. I don't remember his name. That's how much I care about these characters right now. I don't know. I feel half in, half out with this whole entire world. And just the constant similarities of like these characters to like the Harry Potter saga. I honestly feel like Holly Black and Cassandra Clare were basically trying to 2.0 that series. It's just not necessarily working. I do want to finish it, because I got this far and it just wouldn't make any type of sense for me not to finish it. But honestly, I don't know. I was really, really happy for this saga. And now, speaking about it, my feelings are just kind of... The other book that I finished would be Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. And it was interesting. I believe I gave this 4 stars or 4.5 stars. I can't really remember. But it was interesting. I call it a high fantasy because it's a mixture of sci-fi and
I want to live! I want to live!
It's a mixture of sci-fi and like that type of like magic fantasy type esque. I was invested in the characters, Sarah and Akos, and their whole world that takes place in a distant galaxy away from ours. Yeah, there were a lot of politics. There were a lot of secrets that were just blown up and many stakes that kind of kept me on my toes. I read this book on audiobook, so I got to listen to like the different voices because the story goes back and forth between the point of views of Akos and Sarah, which was very interesting, honestly. Because you have Sarah who is speaking from her point of view in first person, but then when we switch over to Akos's point of view, the narrative switch overs to third person, which was very different. So I'll give Veronica Roth that. But yeah, I am looking forward to finishing the duology. The next one is The Fates Divide. Another book that I finished would have to be When the Stars Vote Back by Tristan Mattier. As I said in my other video, my August TBR video, what is going on? As I said in my August to be read video, this is my first reading of a Tristan Mattier poetry collection, and I wasn't disappointed. It was a very gripping collection of poetry that spoke of healing and love and loss, as well as trauma and just coping. There's not too much to give away about this collection, but it really was good, and I do highly recommend that. If you're into poetry, pick it up. And the last book that I finished completely would have to be Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is another one of her novels told in verse, which I highly enjoyed. I didn't enjoy it as much as her first verse novel, The Poet X. However, it really did keep me interested. Clap When You Land is basically overall a tale of 2 sisters who don't happen to know that they're sisters until the unfortunate passing of their father during a plane crash, and they happen to come to know about each other once they get through the funeral and like the viewing and everything that their dad had left behind. Basically, it's a tale about how when secrets come out, there's going to be a lot of healing. Yeah, it was a very emotionally gripping tale. This is another story that I listened to on audiobook. So the books that I didn't get to on my TBR would have to be Wicked and Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas and Gregory Maguire. Yeah, I'm going to get to them at some point, but just obviously not this month. I am kind of sad that I didn't get to Wicked by Gregory Maguire because, again, like, I really, really want to go behind the scenes of why the Wicked Witch is the way that she is. Elphaba is her name. But yeah, I'll just get to it at a later date. I'm honestly not that upset, and I'm so sorry for all of the Sarah J. Maas fans out there. But I'm kind of okay that I kind of missed Crescent City, only because I'm just still nervous to tackle it. I want to at some point, but just not now. I'm just not interested. And obviously we know that the book that I DNF'd was Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. If you want to know why I DNF'd that book, please just head over to my books and playlist video, because I talk about it there, as well as sharing some of my bookish playlists that I created for this book, or actually this series. I'll leave a link up here someplace. You'll see it. My mind is really But anyway, you guys, that is it for my August wrap up. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments, because I love talking to you guys. And yeah, again, if you do feel like reaching out to me, you can also use one of my social media links, as well as through my website. All of those links will be linked below. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. But until then, I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. Remember, guys, that you are always loved and you are very needed. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.